Hey everybody, welcome back. Hollywood Pizza here. Hope you've been keeping it cheesy. We've got some pretty exciting tournament coverage for you today. We've got the top 8 from the Slice of Explorer event. That's right. It was our first Explorer tournament, and I'm pretty excited for you to see the gameplay. The commentary is with HamHawks42 and I Am Rosie. And let's jump right in.
The only issue I have with Delina is the fact that she only has 2 toughness.
Yeah,
She
right.
dies to everything,
I
and
know.
that's
That's like
that's a
you.
real
At least
bummer.
if you can attack at least once with it, I feel it's worth it. At least get a couple rolls in.
Right? Yeah, absolutely. But no, that's a great call out. Yeah, that's a blast. And if you get multiples out, whew, that can get
Yeah,
silly.
so funny. Yeah,
All right, so here we have a battle with
yeah.
Sir Hamilton versus Spaceball.
Baseball.
Absolutely.
Okay, Elite Spellbinder. That's familiar. Skyclave.
Absolutely. And notably, this
Yeah,
is our top 8. We are actually into the top 8.
top
Here we were
eight.
jammering on. And the Swiss just came and went, and here we are battling in the top 8. We've got Sir Hamilton on Selesnya aggro versus Spaceball MTG on mono green aggro. So
Ooh.
this has an opportunity to be a pretty quick match. There's an elf in Pell Collector
Oh,
on Spaceball side.
nice.
Classic. Yeah.
Is it attacking?
Yep, the Dauntless Bodyguard, a
Thinking
2-1
about
for
it.
1 on Sir Hamilton's side. Man, I remember when a 2-1 for 1 was a chase rare.
Right.
Man, those days are so far behind us. Now they're just like okay uncommons. Yeah.
Is there a boast or something? Why was it highlighted on that card?
The bodyguard has the ability when it enters the battlefield, you can choose a knight you control. I believe it's knight,
Oh.
and it has the ability very similar to Selfless Savior, where you can sacrifice it to give the other thing
Oh,
indestructible.
okay. I got you.
So in this case, it's not relevant, but
Right. It
Sir
just
Hamilton does have the ability, has the choice to activate it, basically for no value, but it's there.
I hate that sometimes. It's like I have to keep hitting next, 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 next.
Yep, exactly. It's very much like that. Well, and I'm sorry, it's not another knight. It's another creature you control.
Look,
But the
creature.
Dauntless
Okay.
Bodyguard themselves is a human knight. So
Okay. Got it. Got it.
yeah. So Sir Hamilton sitting on 2 Skyclave apparitions and 2
Nice.
collected companies. Now hit an elite spellbinder coming in, making the
Primal
primal might
Might.
that much harder to
Wow.
cast.
Okay.
Primal
Well,
might
that
being a
makes
fight,
sense.
yeah,
Yeah.
a fight spell that it could do some pretty nasty stuff. Given that Sir Hamilton's board is currently made up of 1 toughness creatures,
Yeah.
yeah, I can appreciate getting the fight spell out of there. Here comes an old
Old
growth
growth
troll,
troll. All right.
buffs up the Pell Collector, now a 3/3. Nothing wrong with that.
Attacking with both. Oh, maybe not. Yeah.
There it is. Yeah, so the elite spellbinder has an opportunity to trade. I think that's what you need to do here.
Yeah.
Because that Pell Collector is only going to get bigger.
Right.
And the moment it becomes a 4/4 or more, it gets trample. And that would be a huge problem.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm surprised he attacked with it then. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, it is a green aggro deck, so you've got to
Yeah,
apply
that's true.
pressure.
You have to
Yeah.
keep attacking.
That said, I mean, those elite spellbinders are doing some work. You know, hitting the
Right.
Primal Might and now hitting the Questing Beast. Spaceball hitting that 4th land, which is exactly what they wanted at least a
But
moment ago,
yeah,
before the Questing Beast got
now you
taxed.
have to wait.
Yep. No, you need 2 more of those before that Questing Beast is coming out.
And what's the one drop that he has in his hand?
That's
Do you
another Pell
know?
Collector.
Oh, okay.
Yep. And here comes the Primal Might to get rid of the Elite Spellbinder. Having to spend 3 on this for
Mm,
just a straight fight spell. Not exactly what you want to see, but
right.
at the same time, you do what you got to do. Scavenging Ooze chipping in. Now, Spaceball does have 1 untapped green mana, so they can activate the Scavenging Ooze, exile a creature from Sir Hamilton's graveyard, and buff it up to a 3/3. They choose not to, but Sir Hamilton saw that line, knew it was coming, so knew the Dauntless
Mm,
Bodyguard block was not going to be effective.
okay, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Skyclave.
Skyclave Apparition is a great answer to Old Growth Troll.
Yeah.
Because Old Growth Troll is one of those things you can hit with an Infernal Grasp and it just keeps coming back.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Skyclave Apparition, send that sucker to exile. Not a bad idea. Now, Sir Hamilton really wants to get a 4th land so they can start hitting those Cocos. And Thalia is actually, Thalia is a very double-edged sword, because it does tax
Oh,
all
yeah.
non-creature spells for 1. So in a lot of situations with this deck that SirHamilton is playing, most of the spells are creatures, so you don't really care that much.
Right. Yeah, because it
Ex-
only looks
yeah,
like the only or non-creature card is the collected company.
yeah. But in this case,
In
having 2
his
collected companies, the last thing you want to do is run a Thalia out and put that even further out of reach.
right.
So, I mean, and SirHamilton does have the Skyclave apparition, so that could be a good answer to the Scavenging Ooze after taking 5 to the face here. So there's
Oh,
that.
he's down to 9. Jeez.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, the green aggro deck is definitely doing its job. Ooh. Hamlet Vanguard. That is not what you want to see in this situation. Hamlet Vanguard being a human that gets bigger for the more humans you have on the field. And is notably a one of in that deck.
Oh, okay. That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
Yep. So it definitely wants you want to have a wide board of humans before you play Hamlet Vanguard, and SirHamilton just doesn't at this point. And you know, normally in the mono green list, you don't want to be drawing a lot of lands late in the game. Having 6 land on board for the mono green list oftentimes means that they just haven't had enough action early on.
Yeah.
However, because of those elite spellbinder taxes, now being able to play out the
Right.
questing beast while SirHamilton is still stuck on 3 land. I mean, Spaceball is just has the advantage here in such a big
Right.
way.
For sure. Yeah, in a way, I don't like Skyclave because
Yeah.
then the opponent gets a token, and then it's like, I mean, sometimes, I mean, it's good to take one of their permanents, but then at the same time, it's like, well, they're getting a token. That's another creature I have to,
Yeah.
figure out what I'm gonna do with.
Absolutely. Well, and SirHamilton kept a hand with 2 collected companies and felt like $1,000,000 early on. Just
Hmm.
never found that 4th land. It's just that's rough. I
Uh,
mean, it happens, but at any point had they drawn into a 4th land, they could have spun that collected company into another Skyclave apparition, another brutal
yeah,
Cathar. They had answers, they had options. They just didn't get the land.
just couldn't do it. Yeah.
Yeah. And they're running 25, 25 lands. So, there's nothing wrong about nothing wrong in the deck construction. It was just bad luck off the top of the deck. But yeah, 31 creatures, 4 spells, and 25 lands. I mean, that actually looks like a
Hmm.
pretty good breakdown to me.
Okay, well, the Frost Dragon is legal.
Yes, Cave of the Frost
That's
Dragon
nice.
and all of the AFR creature lands are legal in Explorer. Yep. Yeah, along with what are some other good? You'll notice also the the utility lands from Kamigawa, like Iganjo, Seat of the Empire. Those actually are very
Yeah.
playable in Explorer as well.
Right.
And kind of my the point I was trying to make earlier about like how recent cards have just been so good and so powerful. I mean, we see Thalia, we see Hopeful Initiate, we see Elspeth's Resplendent, we
Right.
see Adeline,
Yeah. I'm like,
we see the
this is
Pathways. These are
Yeah, this
standard
is
cards.
yeah, I'm like, this is like 90% standard. I'm like, what is like there's only a few cards I don't know in this deck. I'm like, okay.
Right? Yeah, and there are a
But I
couple
guess
of
it
pieces from
works.
older
Yeah.
formats, but yeah, and then we have Werewolf Pack Leader, Catilda.
Yeah.
I mean, Thalia's
Right.
Lieutenant is an older one. That's kind of a
Right.
throwback. Great for humans decks, by the way. Thalia's Lieutenant is a very
Wait.
interesting card that
Yeah.
when it enters the battlefield, you put a +1/+1 counter on each other human you control.
Oh, shoot.
And then whenever another human enters the battlefield under your control, you put a +1/+1 counter
Oh
on
my
Thalia's
god.
Lieutenant.
What the heck?
It's pretty good. Yeah, it's pretty
All
darn
right.
good.
Let's make a human deck.
Exactly. Yeah. No, you go humans and it can go a long way.
Yeah, I mean, you have to have hopeful initiates then.
Yeah, Hopeful Initiate's a phenomenal
Really good.
phenomenal 1-drop human, absolutely. So yeah, Hopeful Initiate into Thalia's Lieutenant. And again, SirHamilton's still not drawing lands. It's still not happening.
Wow.
However, in this situation,
That's bad luck.
yeah, it
But
is just bad
he's
luck,
kind
but
of okay right now. I mean,
yeah.
yeah, he's like more than okay.
Yeah, absolutely. And then there's still a Thalia's Lieutenant next turn, so even if a land doesn't come off the top, if a land does come off the top, there's Adeline. I
Yeah,
mean,
for sure.
that's card. Yeah.
Yeah, that's really good too.
Yeah,
Humans create
absolutely.
another human, and that enters. Yeah, when you attack, it creates another a human. So
Mm-hmm.
then that's gonna trigger. That's crazy.
And another Thalia's Lieutenant off the top. So, it's not a land, but That's about
Yeah,
the next
he's
best thing.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah, and the Hopeful
first
Initiate and
strike.
Thalia can both jam pretty comfortably here because Thalia has First Strike and Hopeful Initiate has 5 toughness. So,
Yeah, so you can't. What are you gonna do? Block or take the damage?
right. Sir Hamilton is definitely in the beatdown seat, and that is definitely, going up against mono green aggro. If you're able to take the aggressive stance early, that goes a long
Oh,
way.
for sure, for sure.
Because the green deck wants to be attacking. There's no question. That
Yeah,
is what it came here to do. That is all it wants to do. The deck is not designed to hold back and defend. I mean, obviously the creatures are big, so they oftentimes can. But in
yeah,
this situation, that's a pretty aggressive, setup that Sir Hamilton was able to put together. Now that said, Spaceball does have 4 lands, 5 cards in hand. A
yeah.
lot
He
of
does
stuff
have
can
a lot of
happen.
cards. I mean, wonder what his hand is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely a lot can happen here. Ooh, here comes Primal Might, buffing up
Ooh,
the Old Growth Trolla to a 5/5 and fighting the
okay,
Hopeful Initiate. That's a
good
pretty
choice.
big swing.
Yeah.
And a
Oh, and
ram
a ram
through.
through. Okay, that's a nice play.
Absolutely.
Turned around.
And so now that big, beautiful board that Sir Hamilton had is reduced to a lowly 1/1.
Oh,
That's
okay.
pretty
Now two,
rough.
three, three.
Yeah,
But still,
that
he
was a
still
big
only
swing.
has 2 lands.
Exactly. Yeah, the lands. Oh my goodness, the lands. So, I mean, here we have a situation where this is game 2, and game 1 was decided by Sir Hamilton not hitting that 4th land.
Right.
And now, unfortunately, it looks like game 2 might be determined by Sir Hamilton not being able to get the 3rd land.
Oh my god.
It's rough.
I wish there
Yeah.
was a way like in Arena to just hit a shuffle button so like you can just hit it a bunch of times and it just like randomizes your card so at least you have a little control over it than just like random.
Yeah.
I kind of want that. I
It
just
would
want
be
to hit it like
there's a
5
land,
times.
right?
Oh, there we go.
Into Adeline, which is going to
Nice.
buff the Thalia's
Nice.
Lieutenant.
Good, good.
Attack, another
Create a
human enters.
token.
Yep.
Nice.
Which buffs the Thalia's Lieutenant.
Good, good. Good play, good play.
Yep. And fortunately, Sir Hamilton is still at 11. And all that aggression early on was able to put Spaceball all the way down to 5.
Wow. Yeah, he's in trouble.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that planes off the top was huge. Absolutely huge.
There's one card I'm thinking. Oh, which one is it? Um, Torin's Fist of the Angels. Whenever you
Yep.
cast a creature spell, create a 1/1 green and white human soldier creature token with training, and it only costs 3. Like maybe that would be good in this deck.
Potentially. Yeah, it would definitely fit in a humans build like this. Absolutely. Oh, yeah, it doesn't look like Sir Hamilton is running that one specifically here, but you're right because it's full of
Yeah.
creatures. It produces humans. Torrance is one of those cards that I've seen it pop a couple of times, and when it does have an opportunity to really fire off, ooh, Sir Hamilton getting the overgrown farmland, great green source. Unfortunately, the Coco only grabs an Augur of Autumn. But this puts Spaceball in a rough position because
Oh,
being at 5
yeah.
life, there's no choice but to
You
block
have to
both.
block and take 2 damage,
Mm-hmm.
and
Get taken
then
down to
all your
3. You take Adeline
creatures.
out on the way, which is something, but
Yeah, but he has 0 creatures now and no cards in his hand.
yeah, that's
What's
not
it
where you
gonna
want to
be?
be.
Yeah, I mean he's dead next turn, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we just might have a game 3 because of those lands off the top. That's all it takes
Yeah,
sometimes. You just got to hit the right lands.
concede. Aw,
There it is.
GG. Wow.
Yeah, and again, well played by both competitors.
Right, oh, for sure.
That was fun to watch for sure. Let's see, and does Sir Hamilton choose to make any modifications? Looks like no.
Nope. He's like, let's do it.
Yep, you got what we got. I made my sideboard decisions last game. Sticking to them. I respect that. All right. You know what? And we've been I've been having so much fun just getting into the game and just bantering. I have neglected to thank our some folks. I have some folks to thank. Not the least of which is, of course, our sponsor, the comic book store. comicbookstore.tcgplayerpro.com. Please check them out. They do a phenomenal job and help support the channel. So please, let's help support them in kind. Also, huge thank you to the mod team and the folks behind the scenes who are answering the tickets and keeping things moving, and just the herding cats that is keeping a tournament like this running. Huge thank you to all of them for doing everything they do. And of course, I'd be remiss if I didn't thank Hollywood Pizza for putting on the show and making it all happen, because these events wouldn't exist if he
Yeah,
wasn't
and
putting them on. So
right.
huge thank you.
And they are actually a lot of work behind the scenes to run and put on, and they actually run very smoothly too. I mean, he runs what, like 3 a month?
3 a month. Yep.
That's like a lot.
That's a lot.
Like I do like a tournament like once a month, and I'm always like, it's small and like only 8 people, and it's like always something goes on, and I'm just like, how do these people like run like so many people and like almost every week? Like,
Yeah.
wow, they're dedicated.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's very
Yeah.
impressive, and we got to give them a huge shout out and a huge thank you to putting these
sure.
on and making it happen. All right, so Skyclave Apparition. So here we are in game 3. Spaceball versus SirHamilton. Skyclave Apparition answering the Old Growth Troll. And then the 1-2 punch that we all know so well from various formats on Arena of Hopeful Initiate, Luminarch Aspirant is live and online.
That's
so SirHamilton's in a pretty good spot here.
Yeah, that's always a good hand when you have Hopeful Initiate and Luminarch in the same hand. Like, it's like, okay, cool.
Yeah, it feels pretty good. Well, and on top of that, we're in a situation where SirHamilton has been, throughout this match, SirHamilton has just been plagued by not hitting land drops. And we're sitting with 2 collected companies in hand now, but there's a Naganjo. So there's that 4th land ready to go.
That doesn't come in tapped, right?
It does not. Yeah,
okay,
that's
good.
correct.
That's good.
That's kind of a big deal.
Nice.
Ooh, instead of going for the Coco,
okay.
Skyclave Apparition coming down to answer the other OGT.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
Absolutely.
And then attack with the training.
Yep.
Nice.
And the Aspirant that's now been buffed up to a 3/3. Ooh, they're okay. I was about to.
Oh my god! I was like, yeah, I was
I had a minute there too.
What are you doing?
That's like, oh, that's a saucy choice. I don't know that I would do that, but okay.
To be really aggressive.
Yeah, well, because if that Skyclave, that 2/2 Skyclave Apparition dies, then it would give Spaceball a 3/3 token.
Yeah,
which
so that's right.
Very relevant in this matchup. Here comes a 3rd Old Growth Troll.
Jeez.
Oh yeah. Just wow.
You just had a whole hand of Old Growth Trolls, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely. There's nothing but trolls. Now let's see, can SirHamilton get another Skyclave Apparition? That's really the question.
True.
Because for every troll, there's been an apparition. Let's see, can we keep it going?
Spaceball must be like so mad if that would happen. You'd be like, what?
Well, yeah, another one? There's no way they have another one. How do they have another one?
What are the odds of that?
Absolutely. Well, and meanwhile, the collected company could spin into another one potentially, which would be pretty hilarious.
That would.
I'd say.
Be. One time I had like I was using a Brutal Cathar, and then the opponent had a Brutal Cathar, and so I took his Brutal Cathar, and then he brought a Brutal Cathar out, took my Brutal Cathar, and then it just kept going back.
Bring back the other Brutal Cathar, which
yeah, it went back and forth like 3 times. I'm like, how is this happening?
That's pretty. Speaking of.
Oh wow, there it is.
Fantastic. But in this case, SirHamilton chooses to. It looks like they're going to choose to go with the collected company, but they're having some second thoughts.
Yeah, I mean, to be mana efficient, maybe.
Yeah, but collected company is an instant, so they do have the opportunity to wait and cast it in the following turn. So, and being able to cast that before declaring blockers could be pretty darn fun.
Right. Just thinking. Timer's coming up.
Indeed. Yeah, that's always fun when you. Well, okay, so at this point, Spaceball's out of cards in hand, and SirHamilton's sitting on double Coco. This is an opportunity to get out of hand pretty fast. Let's see what this spins into.
Ooh. Okay.
Ooh, one Adeline because of
Nice.
legendary.
Right.
Here's an opportunity where a mirror box would be pretty sweet.
Yeah, for sure.
Just saying. Yeah. Yeah, double Adeline. Man, that'd be something else.
Yeah.
But here comes a main phase collected company into a Hamlet Vanguard and Augur of Autumn.
Oh, wow.
You can do a lot worse than that. Oh, and there's a collected company on the top of Sir Hamilton's library as well, which we get to see. Special thanks to Augur of Autumn. Holy card advantage.
Wow. I might have to make an explorer deck.
Right?
This is fun.
Absolutely.
Because I didn't really look into it too much because I'm like, oh, I probably won't have the cards, and I don't know if I feel like crafting things, but then I
Sure.
see like 90% is standard and the cards I already have, so
You know, the
might
one
be
thing,
worth doing.
as somebody who's been playing a lot of Explorer recently, just be ready to be Thoughtseize.
Mm-hmm.
Just be ready. It happens a
Right.
lot. It's just part of the deal with the format. You know, well, just like any format where Thoughtseize is legal, you're gonna see
Right.
it. The card's incredibly powerful. If your opponent's running black, they probably have it. You know, it's just, and if you're playing a deck with black in it, you should probably run it. It's
Right.
just that strong. So that's the one thing about Explorer as it compares to Standard. You know, in Standard, what's the best equivalent? Check for traps. You know, that's people aren't really running that. Or Duress. I guess you see Duress sometimes, but it's nowhere near as powerful because it can't hit creatures.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Spaceball going to be sacrificing the land to create the 4/4 trampling token. Which that Brutal Cathar can just comfortably just chow down on
Yeah.
and think nothing of
Easy.
it.
Yeah. Oh.
All right, here comes, yeah, big mana efficient with the 5-drop rather than a Collect Company or
True.
Cathar. Ooh,
What
but
is
they're
he
going to
gonna do?
uptick.
A +1. Okay. What is he gonna do? Lifelink?
I think,
First strike? Flying. Oh, flying would be good. Yeah, for
yep.
sure.
I was about to say, you could make a really
Yeah.
solid argument for any of those. Yeah.
Yeah.
One of the ones I often
Wait,
go
he
for first
can.
in situations like this is Vigilance. But yeah.
Yeah. Why didn't he just attack with everything? Oh, never mind. It's
Yeah,
too
because
block.
yeah,
I can't
they would have
count.
lost in both in combat. Yeah.
Never mind.
It's all
I
good.
was
No
thinking,
worries.
yeah, can't do math.
We've all been there. It's all good.
Well, now like I've been playing started playing paper magic, and I'm just like, wait a second, I gotta calculate my mana. Can I bring this out and this out?
You know, it's
Usually in
funny.
arena, it just does it for me, and I
Yep.
don't have to think about it.
No, and there are certain cards
Yeah.
that, like, when you play on Arena, it's like, okay, this can get fun and get pretty big. But then if you play it in paper, it's like, man, I have to keep track of what?
Yeah,
You know?
forget it.
Yeah,
How
it's like,
many
how many
tokens go in
Scoochland
here?
tokens do
Yeah.
I have? Not enough. I'll tell you that right now. Yeah, that's always fun when you get to like an obscenely large number and you're just like, okay, I'm out of dice. Does anyone else have any more dice? Yeah.
Okay, this sleeve is now a 1/1 creature
Yeah,
token.
yes, exactly. I actually have in my deck box. I just have a big cardboard box that I carry my commander decks in because I'm, you know, what can I say? I'm doing, yeah. But in there I have like some packs of playing cards, like bicycle playing cards. But there we go. So Sir Hamilton bringing it
GG.
home with Selesnya aggro, making it happen.
Dang.
You
Right,
know,
so it's like you don't know what to expect, really. What other
exactly.
people are going to use.
Yeah, you know, meanwhile with a standard event or with a historic event, you know, okay, we know these formats. They've been around for a little while. We've seen what they can do. And with a couple of exceptions here and there, there are always going to be wild cards. That's one of the fun things about Magic is, you know, sometimes decks pop off that that you don't expect. And but at the end of the day, like, you know what to expect to some degree. You know, it's like, okay, if we go into an alchemy event or a standard event, I know there's somebody's going to be trying Naya runes. There's going to be some flavor of visit control, probably. You know, like, okay, these are known quantities. We're going to probably see these. But in Explorer,
Yeah, you think,
sky's the limit.
okay, right.
Well, and here we have a situation where, so we're going into another game, and this is, again, mono green versus Selesnya aggro. But actually, already, these decks look very different.
Right.
Because, you know, SugeKnight's, you know, mono green list is running Great Henge and Steel Leaf Champion, which is a phenomenal card, by the way. You know, and again, speaking of just overstated cards, turns out a 5/4 for 3 is pretty good too.
Yeah, and it can't be blocked by creatures with power 2 or less.
Yeah, so good.
Oh my god. That's
right?
nuts.
It
Okay.
is. It's absolutely nuts. There's no question about it. So,
How does that
speaking of your
exist?
Explorer Elf deck,
Yeah, that's why I was like, it's an elf. Oh my god.
yeah, 100%. Let's go. Yeah. Well,
Nice.
it would fit quite nicely in an Explorer Elf list, no question. And here we have a
Oh,
situation where it made the Great Henge very cheap to play. We have the Werewolf Pack Leader's Pack Tactics ability is going to be firing consistently now. But that said, El Portuguese is playing Selesnya Life Gain effectively, is what we're looking at. Now, it is in here as, it's listed on MTG as Selesnya Aggro. But we're running Speaker of the Heavens, we're running Youthful Valkyrie, Bishop of Wings, Giada. This is an angel list. This is, Selesnya
yeah, it's
Angels with
angels.
4,
Yeah, for sure.
collected companies. So there's going to be a lot of life gain. We're going to see a lot of flying threats. Bishop of Wings plus Resplendent Angels, pretty freaking good. Just throwing that out there. And here comes Giada, which is going to trigger Bishop of Wings, which is going to trigger the Resplendent Angel at the end of the turn. And
Oh
that
my
one
god.
too.
Oh my god. What is going on?
Value.
Holy
Oh, yeah.
crap.
All
And
of the
they're all
value. Speaker of the
expires.
Heavens can just
Okay.
casually create
Yeah,
a 7/7. The Resplendent Angel then
no.
creates an
Like,
8/8 followed
what do
by
you
a
even do
9/9.
at this point? This is like, you just feel defeated. Like,
Yeah,
44 versus 20, and he has like flyers. You don't have any flyers, so that's automatic.
right.
You're going to be hitting all that damage next turn. Oh my god. Yeah, 9,
Yeah,
8. You're
and
dead.
SugeKnight's still playing, still drawing some cards, hoping to
Maybe,
find
yeah, maybe
something.
he
But
can do something.
to be honest, I don't know what they're digging for. Knowing the Mono
To
Green aggro
be
list, I mean, there's no board wipe in there. What do you,
right.
it's
Yeah, he's like, well, maybe I'm just gonna show I do have cards. My deck is good.
yeah.
I can't
Well,
get things on the board.
we've all had that moment though, right? Where you're just like, okay,
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
not
like,
exactly,
I'm just,
I'm not exactly
yeah.
sure what I need here,
I'm just gonna
but I'm
make
gonna
them
draw a bunch
think
of
I
cards and
have
hope to find
something.
it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna make them think I have something, so they're nervous. But really, I
Exactly.
don't have anything.
Yeah, and I
Just
mean,
to
in
make them
that situation,
sweat a little bit.
exactly. Well, it's funny because we look at the mono green list. You look at green in general, and it's able to produce a lot of power on
Right.
turns 2 and turns 3. The
Yeah.
problem is going up against the angel list that
It's
is
like
going to be capable of
faster.
drawing. The
Yeah.
difference between producing 3 power on turn 2 and then an additional 4 power on turn 3 is good, or an additional 5 power. In the case of Steelers Champion is very good. The only problem is with the angel deck, once you get to turn 5. You can put like an additional like 26 power on the board,
Forget
and
it.
most
Oh
of it
my
most of it
god.
flies. It's like, what are you gonna do? I mean, it gets pretty out of hand. So SugeKnight here is going to be trying to just end the game as quickly as possible
Right.
and
Just
pick off some
attack.
of those early threats, like the Bishop of Wings, like the Speaker of the Heavens. So run afoul is going to be a good answer to those. Actually, let me make sure. Run afoul is an interesting card. It says target opponent sacrifices a creature with flying. In this situation, that's actually pretty
Oh,
fantastic.
okay.
And it's an
Okay.
instant for 1. So it actually does answer this deck
Was-
potentially quite
Yeah. So
quite
I wonder if
strongly.
that was in his sideboard.
Yep. Yeah,
Oh,
that's
was it?
exactly where it
Okay.
came from. Yeah.
Nice, nice.
Yeah, it's 2 of in the sideboard.
Nice.
All right.
Okay. Well, the Speaker of the Heavens is on the board.
Yes. Speaker of the Heavens on the board. Bishop of Wings is on the board. So yeah, so at this point, SugeKnight just needs to get as much damage in as possible to keep the Speaker of the Heavens out of range. Because
Yeah.
the moment a Portuguese life total hits 27, then not only is the Speaker of the Heavens online, but then, well, Righteous Valkyrie would have been online if it survives. But that run afoul, that's exactly why it's here.
Yeah. Okay, good. Good. Slowed him down.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, completely negated their turn and then drew into a collected company. All right.
Nice.
That's pretty sweet. Primal
Drawing
Might,
2
Llanowar
cards.
Elves, these are all
Yeah.
good things.
Oh.
Ooh.
What? Oh, interesting.
Triple block is pretty aggressive, but at this point, it makes sense because SugeKnight's assault is pretty vicious. Ooh, but here comes a Portuguese with a collected company of their own. Let's see what this spins into. A Giada. Ooh, and a Lunar Veteran. Not exactly what they were hoping for.
Yeah.
Giada's good. Giada was a great hit. But if that could have been a Giada and like a Righteous Valkyrie, it would have been a little stronger. All right, and SugeKnight grabbing a Pel Collector and an Old Growth Troll off their own collected company. So here we have just the battle of the collected companies. See, well, and at this point, the Steel Leaf Champion is going to get through regardless. And it has an opportunity to take out the Bishop of Wings. That 4 toughness is a big deal. Let's see.
Oh, he has
And so
another one of those.
yeah, and
Run
notably, El
afoul.
Portuguese has the Shaper's Sanctuary on board, which I'll be honest, is a card I was not familiar with. An enchantment for 1 green. Whenever a creature you control becomes the target of a spell or ability an opponent controls, you may draw a card. Which is the one of in their sideboards. I think slotting that in made a lot of sense, knowing that SugeKnight was going to be coming out with fight spells. That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
That makes a lot of sense, actually. But here, there we have it. So El Portuguese did not, didn't
He
have
didn't pop
bad
off.
draws.
Yeah,
Like,
he
yeah,
just
they didn't quite pop off.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. They popped off in game 1 pretty hard. In game 2 there, they just didn't quite get it. And the mono green deck did what the mono green deck does and just applied a ton of pressure really early. And it turned out to be enough to win the game. And again, this is our top 4, everybody. The winner of this match goes on to the finals. I'm always amazed at how fast the top 8 of these events go,
Yeah,
to be
it's
honest.
going really
Like,
fast.
yeah.
Oh,
Oof. So,
mulligan. Huh.
yeah, the mulligan. And you have a situation where you're looking at the first hand. It's like, okay, these lands are too many, and these lands are too few. Perhaps mulling down to 5 would have been the perfect Goldilocks moment, but at the end of the day, SugeKnight relies on the Land War Elves, hopes to see a land in the first 2 draws, does not get one off the first draw, but if there
You
is a
know,
forest...
when I do that, I chance it like that. It never ends up in my favor.
Yeah, I
I
hear
just
that.
keep drawing creatures and creatures and creatures, and I'm like, I should
Yep.
have. Yeah. Okay.
Well, and it's fun too. Like a lot of the decks that I play have like really big creatures that I'm trying to like ramp it out or cheat out.
Yeah.
That's when I draw them. Like I always draw
Yeah.
my Tarask or my Galtas. when I'm sitting on 2 lands. Like, okay, like,
Yeah.
like
I have all
fun
these
card.
nice cards in my hand,
Yeah,
but
it's like
can't do
I'd love
anything.
if these were on the battlefield, but there is no way that's happening. Yeah, and that's what we have here. I mean, the Landor Elf could go a
Oh.
long way. Ooh.
Oh.
Okay, the ram through getting rid of the Speaker of the Heavens is big time here.
Good.
Because
Good.
with the Righteous Valkyrie down, if Collected Company spins into 2 decent angels, and those are some really
Oh
good
my
angels.
god. he wrote oops.
Yeah, El Portuguese with the oops. I mean, 14 damage that can
Oh
attack that turn.
no.
At this point,
Well,
even if SugeKnight
game
hits
over.
the forest, which
Yeah,
they
he has
do,
a forest.
yeah, there's nothing. Like, that's it. There's nothing.
Aw. Aw. Man, that was over in what, like turn 4, 5,
I mean, at that point, like,
4?
SugeKnight got stuck on land. Didn't quite. Oh, trying to make the.
He's
Yeah.
trying anything.
Trying to do
He doesn't
something here,
care.
trying to have some fun, but yeah, just kill their
Yeah,
own.
he did 4 damage.
Haha! Exactly.
Yes.
Watching control mirrors can be very interesting, and I've really enjoyed
Right.
commentating control mirrors. Like, well, I'll tell you right now, I have way more fun commentating them than I do playing in them.
True.
I've played a few control mirrors, and my goodness, they are stressful, to say the least.
Yeah, I mean, it
Because
could literally go either way. Like,
yeah, it turns
you
on
don't.
a dime, and it feels like a staring contest a lot of the time, where neither player is willing to do anything, because whoever takes the first move is probably going to lose.
Right.
It's pretty
Oh my
gnarly.
gosh, 3 Talias.
Yeah, that's pretty brutal. Yeah, ships it immediately and grabs a hand with 2
And he gets
Dahlias.
2 of them. All right. Well, okay, throw one.
Yep,
Okay, that's good.
easily ship
Good
one of those
choice.
back.
Good choice. Yeah.
And yeah, and unfortunately here, both lands are going to be coming into play tapped because they're the
Yeah.
slow lands from Midnight Hunt. Ooh, meanwhile, a Portuguese leading
Speaker of the
off with the
Heavens.
Speaker of the Heavens right out of the
Let's
gate.
go.
This could be bad. It could be very bad. Youthful Valkyrie, that's a
Youthful
fine 2-drop. Yep, here we go. Ganjo's nice. Where were you a turn ago?
Really? Oh my god.
Yeah, so I think Elite
Spellbinder, see
Spellbinder.
what's in his hand.
Exactly.
Make
Check
something cost more.
that hand. Maybe tax a Giotto or a Righteous Valkyrie or
Ooh,
that Collected
yeah.
Company.
Ooh, that's a hard decision.
It is. All 3 of those would be decent Spellbinder
Yeah.
targets in this situation.
He has 2 land. Okay, okay, another land. Hello.
Right? Yeah, so here comes the Righteous Valkyrie. I can't help but notice that there was no hesitation, no question. Like, what am I playing next? Like, no, I'm just jamming my Righteous Valkyrie here.
Right.
Because if you're playing Righteous Valkyrie, you have 3 mana open. Like, that's probably what you're going to do.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, the Elite Spellbinder, trading with the Speaker of the Heavens. Interesting choice to attack with that.
Yeah, that's weird. Maybe
Yeah,
he
it
thought,
was
oh,
aggressive.
he probably thought, oh, he's not going to block because I have 2 flyers. He doesn't really have that many flyers in his deck, so he needs a blocker at some point.
You know, that doesn't make sense. I can see the logic there. But meanwhile, SirHamilton is looking at it, and the... Oh, is this a concede? Yeah.
What? Oh my god. Aw.
Righteous Valkyrie plus Resplendent Angel, like, I can see the concede. I don't
Yeah.
think SirHamilton was wrong there.
Just get it over with.
To scoop that up, because that setup was just way too powerful. Resplendent Angel plus Righteous Valkyrie provides it gives you so much, because then you gain life basically every time you play a creature. If you gain enough life, you just get another creature, gain more life. The board gets out of hand really fast. I think Resplendent Angel is just a powerhouse in this deck. Interestingly enough, the Elite Spellbinder coming out completely, which I can kind of understand, because taxing your opponent, adding 2 mana to a 6-drop or 7-drop basically means the card is gone forever, like in most games, because it's just too far, or even on a 4 or 5-drop, it just makes it out of reach for the purpose of the game. However, taxing a 2-drop or a 3-drop, it just kind of slows your opponent down for a second. Knowing what El Portuguese deck is doing, knowing that it's just these low-cost angels, I can appreciate not thinking much of that.
Yeah.
All right, so last game there were some mana issues where in the early couple of turns, the lands were coming into play tapped. SirHamilton not having that problem this time around with the Temple Garden into a Cave of the Frost Dragon. Ooh, but Giada's coming down on turn 2. I hate to see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Giada is just, that card is so pushed. It's absolutely incredible, because you have a 2/2 flying vigilant body for 2, and it's a mana dork for angels, and it makes your angels come in stronger. Like, if you're playing with angels, the card is just so
Yeah, you have to
good.
have it for sure.
You have to. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's kind of nuts. Yeah, I mean, to the point where I remember when that card got previewed, people were asking, is this the best tribal card of all time? And it's like, and I'm looking at it, it's like, that's a huge, really bold claim. And I'm not confidently saying no.
Yeah,
It's,
exactly. Oh my
yeah,
god.
it's nuts. All right, so here we have
Especially,
Thales and Edelin crashing in for quite a bit of damage. I'm sorry.
I was gonna say, especially a lot of decks don't really have that many flyers, like at
Mhm.
least. So it's always just like straight damage.
Oh, yeah, for
with
sure.
Angels.
Wow, and so the amount of damage SirHamilton was able to produce there is pretty gnarly, but between the Righteous Valkyrie and the Bishop of Wings, a Portuguese is back to 20 life. Sorry,
I
scratch
hate
that. Make
when
that
that.
32
Yeah, I
life.
hate that when that happens. It's just like I just did all of this.
Yeah, that
And now
engine is
look.
so strong.
Oh my god. Um.
All right, and at this point, SirHamilton hit the collected company, got the Skyclave Apparition to get the Righteous Valkyrie off the board, which is
Okay.
good. Maybe it turned too late, but still, hey, better late than never.
Right.
And you may note, with that collected company, SirHamilton did choose to bring another Thalia onto the board, even though the Legend rule was going to force them to sacrifice it. The reason that they did that was to buff the Thalia's Lieutenant by having another human enter the
Okay.
battlefield and put another
That
counter
makes
on it.
sense.
Yep, it's a little bit of value. It's not a ton, but in this situation, it makes it so that a 7/7 can attack reasonably and become an 8/8. It's nice.
There's blocking. Double blocking. Okay.
Yep. this point, to be honest, if I was El Portuguese, I probably would have just taken it.
I was gonna say that, but I was like, maybe I'm wrong, so I didn't
No,
say
and
anything.
I could be wrong too. Flashing the oops, I'm wondering if that meant okay, maybe because had the other 7/7 been around,
Right,
it
and
had that
then
other flyer been around, this would have been lethal.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's
comfortably.
okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm sure he'll still win anyways, though.
yeah. I mean that the deck. I mean this
Mhm.
Angel deck is capable of producing so much value.
Crazy.
It's just off the charts.
Yeah, you can make a mistake and oh, it's okay.
You'll be fine. Exactly. Well, at this point, the Brutal Cathar kind of so it's
Well,
going after
slowed
the
down a
Righteous
little bit.
Valkyrie. I was about to say you have to, right?
Yeah. Oh.
Yep. And then going all in and then scooping it up because yeah, 2 life you can't apply 36 damage in 1 turn. So what are you gonna do?
Right. Yeah. Aw,
Wow,
GG. Oh
GG's
my God,
indeed.
so quick.
Yeah.
It's like
No, that was
2 minutes
that was a
or
blistering fast
something.
finals.
Now those were some pretty quick games, huh? Congratulations to JPRA for taking down the event with Celestia Angels. And congratulations as well to everyone who made the top 8. I want to give a quick shout out to HamHawks42 and iamROZEY for doing a fantastic job in the top 8. And I want to thank you, the viewer, for making it this far into the video. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, leave a comment down below, and like the video would be greatly appreciated. And we hope to see you next time. Stay cheesy.